this one took a while. Not just recording it, I know I'm a bit late, but actually coming up with a route, because this looks so simple on paper. Yet when you're actually trying to work the route out, there are things that can make it go quicker, but actually getting those things to go in a good pattern, a good routine, it's a little bit more difficult than it looks. So, this level 1's nice and simple. You can bring the phone with you, which I'll do in later levels, but for this first one, it is nice and simple. So as you can see, I am using the phone, but that's purely just for distraction purposes. I placed it down, I ring it, I pick it back up. The target will go and stand under the crane, and all we have to do is shoot the crane. Now, I shot it from here, but there is a better vantage point to the left. But you don't have to worry, just shoot, drop, nice and easy does it. Then for the next target, it's pretty simple once again. Now, I've got the phone here, I'm actually curious if I used it now I'm saying all this. Yeah, I used it here. So yeah, okay, this is where recording it a few days is hampering me, but yeah, it's pretty simple to get it into. Just throw the phone, dial it, and you won't have any issues, okay? The reason why I thought I didn't do it until later on is I thought I used the other electrocution method that's inside the map. So yeah, I have made a backside of myself already. Right, so moving on to level 2 already. Yeah, level 2 is a little bit more tricky, but it's not that difficult. And to be honest, level 3 is the most tricky because it does require timing from what I can tell. I am sure I've seen some people do ridiculous routes where they managed to get it under a minute, and I know how they did it. I know it's possible, but equally I'm like, wow, you have got to have really good planning to do that, and I'm just not that good at this game, so kudos to those people who can get it done that fast. But yeah, let's just stick to level 2 for a minute, which is essentially we've got the same 2 targets. We aren't allowed to pacify, I believe it's the foreman of the construction site, and we also have a new target who I believe is the one who we have to kill with the explosion. So it is quite tricky. The explosion does complicate things for the simple fact that you have to deal with the first 2 targets and then take the final target out with the explosion. If you don't, then the first 2 targets will sort of go non-responsive, so it just slows you down. So how I look at it is, I'm going to set up this first kill. I'm going to shoot the plug. I'd bring the Kruger mine myself, but at this point in the run I was using the silver ball. If anything, the silver ball does have the positive effect that it will draw the target around, so if you want to make sure that it does go, that is a good thing. But the Kruger mine is still pretty audible for some reason, so he does go around to investigate it. Make sure the enforcer behind you isn't looking, then turn the tap on, and as you can see, electrified, target 1 eliminated. So for target number 2, we're going to do the same thing as level 1. We're going to put the phone just below the crane or the thing we got to drop on him. So from there, all we're going to do is just circle around here. We're going to get a silver baller out, line up the shots with the very dot crosshair, you know, not the actual crosshairs. Take the shot, nice easy kill. Now level 3, just be careful, this guy can be a bit random, so don't run into him. Yeah, at this point just be careful as well, because enforcers are everywhere, you know, it's not impossible by any stretch, but they can just be standing around panicking and stuff, so don't walk into them like I nearly did. As you can see, the target, if I'm right, has gone over to the left. He's nosing at the dead bodies for some reason, so what we're going to do is we're just going to set up this kill, and we're going to use the propane tank. It's nice and simple, so just, I think what I did is, yeah, I brought the breach charge. We're going to put the breach charge onto the propane tank, and as soon as he's nearby we're going to detonate it. Nice and simple. Now the trick with doing this is that if any of the civilians come nearby, you are going to have to pick up the remote breach charge before they get a guard to come, because otherwise you're going to have bad timing. Now I don't believe that happened here, I believe I had good timing, but still you do want to keep that in mind, because the last thing you want is a guard taking away your explosive device. I'm sure there are routes where people have used pistols to blow this thing up. I am not doubting it, it's just, you want the simplest route. So at this point we're just waiting for this dude to come back, because for whatever reason he's deciding to take his time, and it's really, really annoying. It's where each of the 3 targets will panic if you dawdle too long, and when I call it dawdling, it's a case of how long I took between the first 2 kills, which wasn't long at all, but it's enough time for bodies to be found and for panic to set in. So yeah, it's not great. Anyway, he's on his way back. So what we're going to do, he's going to walk over here. The guard will walk away because he realises that there's nothing there to actually take away. As soon as the guard and all the other civilians are stepping away, all we have to do is distract the target just so he's not standing there like an idiot, and we can blow him up. I don't even know if I go on his right hand side. I don't think I tried to go on his blind side because I think it would set off the instinct. I think he'd just be too suspicious too fast. So yeah, I've just thrown the phone. That going to turn around. Just be a bit careful because with the hole in the wall, he will see you. Just go around, put the remote breach charge onto the propane tank, the gas tank, and as soon as you see him go around the corner, just detonate it, because by the time you actually hit the detonator, you're close enough to the tank to blow up. So bang, dead, done. So that's level 2 done. So level 3, now I'm going to give a little spoiler as far as what other people have done, because it was pretty cool. What the speedrunners have done, from what I can tell, is they've managed to manipulate this route so that they use the fact that the targets, it doesn't matter if the targets know that you're doing something illegal. Now, I like this as an idea because I love the idea of it in the game in general, that you can afford to do something illegal in front of a target because they're going to be dead and they can't report it. The reason why I wouldn't have used it in this route myself is just the fact that I'm not confident enough to get someone to follow me, go into the position I want them to, and to eliminate them, all without other guards and other civilians catching on. So it is quite good. I would link the routes, but I saw them about a fortnight ago now after I'd done this, so I was amazed when I saw how fast they were. I was like, really? I mean, I think my level 3 here takes about 6 minutes, and I'm thinking I'm quite pleased with that. So for people who probably got a minute, well done to them. But yeah, I'm just stalling a bit because the level transition's going on. But level 3, this time we've got to actually take out the foreman. So it's not just that we've got to take him out, we've also got to take him out with the cement mixer. That is difficult because he doesn't go in front of it quite often, and when he does, he doesn't slow down, so you really have to time the button press well, and I was struggling to come up with a consistent route for it. So this is the route we're going with. I've gone to this room straight away. I've used the Krugermeyer to create a silent gunshot to move this guy, and we're going to blow him up first, for the simple reason, everyone's going to panic. Okay, so when I say blow him up first, I can't remember off the top of my head if I do blow him up first, or if I wait until I've killed the electric guy first. Let's have a look. He didn't see the breach charge, and he didn't see he didn't see me going into this room, so we don't blow him up yet. If he sees the breach charge, blow him up, because even though it will delay the route a little bit, it's probably better to do that than stall. So what we're going to do, we're going to just turn this tap on because that guy's not looking, or that's what you should do if you can. If you can't, just do what I'm doing, pick this screwdriver up. You don't have to use it, you can use the gun to open it, but I had a bit of time, so I thought, right, I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to get the electrocution ready. Just duck behind here so there's no issues there. As soon as that guy turns around, what we're going to do is we're just going to turn the tap on, and what we're going to do is we're going to just electrify the target. Nice and simple. The trouble is, because he's listening, we can't really afford to do that. So there we go. The water will turn on. That should electrocute the target, as you can see. At this point, we're going to blow up the other target because there's going to be a panic anyway. And this is where the stall in the level comes, because ideally I would be now dealing with this target. But the fact is, if I use the crane object to drop on this target, the one who I want to blow up will move. So you have to make a choice which one's the more annoying to kill, and I go for the guy who I have to explode. He's more difficult, because if you, as I did, put the breach charge in, then he will move, and he will see the breach charge. Whereas with this one, you can move it under the crane just by walking back into position, and you can also walk under the crane much easily with the phone. So I thought, I'm going to choose the lesser of the two evils, and I'm just going to try and get this guy after he's calmed down. I really wish there was a way around this. I mean, again, I've seen the routes where the speedrunners basically set the targets into a panic, but I'm not particularly happy about that. I mean, at least for myself, like I say, I think there's just a lot of risk if you aren't comfortable with it. I mean, I was fortunate this guy didn't go into a long panic. The foreman did, he's gone over to inspect the body, I think. But this guy didn't, so I was just able to drop the crane on him, or the object, whatever it's called. So I was quite lucky here. But sometimes you can go running off to the right, to the left, you know, it gets random, so I can't really advise you on specifics there, but generally just keep an eye out for where he goes and wait for him to come back. Now at this point we're just waiting because the foreman's coming this way and I don't want him to spot me. We've also got an enforcer there who will probably make it his personal mission to see me at some point, so we're just going to bide our time a little bit. Awkwardly, for some reason the foreman's going all the way over there. So, as you can see, we've got 3 targets eliminated and there's about another 3 minutes on this route at least, so that might just give you a hint about what's going on. So during this time I'm actually going to just explain what's going on with Hitman, just in case you haven't seen my recent videos on Hitman 2. Essentially, because Hitman 2 is winding down, I'm winding down with the content. I have had a little break from the game for the simple fact that there wasn't a lot I could do. I wouldn't say there's been no content. I mean, I haven't actually had a go with the new elusive target yet, the final elusive target, but I'm going to have a go with that before I'm unable to. But yeah, besides that, I've done most of, if not all of the new escalations. I'm just in the process of recording them, obviously. And once that's done, I'm probably going to just end the content. I mean, I've said in previous videos that if anyone wants to send me a contract or a roulette, I will give it a go. I'm not stopping Hitman 2 content, it's just the game itself is stopping, so, you know. If you are here just for Hitman 2, I would say don't unsubscribe for that reason, because I will be back with it. Okay, I'm going back to the route because if you're wondering why I knocked this guy out, he's an enforcer, and he stares right where the controls are for the cement mixer. So my thought process was, right, I do not want this guy bothering me. Now, there is a cool workaround that I've just thought of while I'm watching this. I'm not exactly sure how easy it'd be, but I'm curious what people think. Now, on one of the mastery unlocks, you're able to get a EMP charge device. I very rarely use it, but I think it would be good in this situation because it's not an illegal device. You could walk up to the crane, or well, not to the crane, to the cement mixer, or the controls. You put that on the controls and then press the button when the foreman's about to walk past. So I'm curious what people think, if they like that idea. But maybe it'd work, maybe it wouldn't. As I've done here though, I've put the flash phone down for the simple reason that I thought if I could get the foreman to pick the phone up, then if I can dial the phone, he'll stop to pick up the phone, he'll stop to try and answer the phone, and if he still wasn't, if I wasn't in good enough timing to get the cement mixer on him, he would stop to be flashed. So I've got timing on that side here. So here he goes. That's the plan. That's the reason why I used the flash phone. It wasn't for anything to actually flash him. It was just a simple case I thought, worst comes to worst, he will be flashed. So, yeah. I would have laughed though if there was some random guard who gets flashed after trying to pick up the phone. But anyway, that is the route. That is probably pretty slow compared to what a lot of other people have done, but as I say, these are just playthroughs, they aren't walkthroughs. I'm curious what other people do, if you've done something that isn't exactly on the doing illegal stuff in front of targets pathway, but you've done something a bit faster than me. I would love to know how you did it. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the route, and I'll probably have a few up over the Christmas period. I don't know how many at the moment, but if not, they'll be back sometime in the new year. Okay, so other than that, thanks for watching, hope to see you in another video. This has been Josh from JJ's Productions. Until next time, see you folks, bye for now.